to the Artandhustle podcast. Today we have my really good friend Anthony Manfredonia. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
So a little background about Anthony. We went to Parsons together. We went through the fashion design program. A little about your background.
Yeah, geez. Well, I got discovered at 16 when I took a Parsons summer program intensive for fashion. And I think out of it was several hundred students, there was only about 6 of us chosen to talk with the chairman. So basically talking with Frank Rizzo at the time, when I met with him, he basically offered me a spot at Parsons with a half scholarship, a work study program and everything. And that's long story short. So I was in high school being pulled out periodically for 2 years because, it was 2 years to graduate.
Yeah.
And working with the fashion department right away. And then, into the program. And that's how I ended up meeting you.
Yeah.
Because we met sophomore year, right?
Sophomore year, because I transferred over from Syracuse.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Syracuse, because my sister went to SU. That's also why we had this.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was Newhouse School over there for journalism. So that's right. I forgot about that. You were also an SU transfer over.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So Linda was part of my inner circle. It was you, Linda, you, Mira, Juliana, and myself. The 4 of us that were like inner circle of sorts.
I know. We're gonna have to do a little group happy hour with the 4 of us.
Oh yes, no, seriously, that'll be the first time we see each other all connected over the years.
Yeah.
Again, and that's how then now up to the point of with your company Artandhustle and we're going to do a soon-to-be collab coming out soon. We'll be making an announcement about what's going to happen with that. And we already started to do some little mock-ups and physicalities, and we're going to have some different price levels, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, so we're going to have a teaser.
Seeing some teasers of our work pop up on our social media on Instagram. We've been teasing things of what's to come. Haven't made official announcements, but that's coming. So quick background with that kind of stuff, and then I ended up sorry, little segues back and forth. That'll happen a lot with our conversations, most likely. Because we've been in the business for a while now. Jesus Christ, time flies. But
since 1999.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's been that long. Decade. We've been scary that we're now we're the older ones in the industry saying, well, you kids don't know what's like when we were in the business and all this kind of stuff. But because we were in the business when it was beyond with fashion and the supermodels ruled and everyone was in their heyday in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest moments in fashion in history because all of a sudden designers, fashion designers became celebrities in the worldwide whole situation. So that was a wild moment to be a part of when you were working out there.
Donna Karan and everybody, Isaac Mizrahi, all of them.
Yeah, and that's what part of my history was. While I was in Parsons and we were friends, I was working directly with Donna Karan, the women's collection, even while I was in school, which was wild.
Yeah.
So that was a cool thing. And then, then later in life, went through lots of different companies, mass market, and then all the way to the couture. As a design director for Isaac Mizrahi's Couture Collection before then launching on my own brand and namesake brand, Manfredonia. Yeah, so that was nutshell condensed kind of history on me a little bit, but so I'm one of the few Americans that have actually had experience in our Americanized version of couture. I know it's not the syndicated, in Europe that they have specialized rules and regulations to be considered and approved to be true couture.
Yeah.
But for us in America, I got to the highest level possible, and there at the time was only 5 designers that did the true sense, similar to what Europe does. And Isaac was one of them, and so that was that. And then opened up my own brand, which has been a long haul journey. From hell. Unfortunately, opening up in 2020 when the mortgage crisis from hell hit us and sent us into a plummeting recession.
Yeah.
So I've never been lucky because every time we were going to come out of that, then the retail apocalypse hit, and now COVID. So it's just been a mess, kiss of death for our industry to implode.
Yeah.
But we're one of the few still hanging on.
I know. You said we're only a few that's still doing fashion of some sorts from our class, right?
Yeah, I think from what I know officially, I think there's only 5 of us or under that are still in the business.
Yeah.
I'm unsure about 2 or 3 people that I knew previously, but I'm not sure what COVID had done. I know Mara's still in business. You and I are still going.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tafik is still in business. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
very, very few of us still left. And we were largest graduating class at Parsons for fashion
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
at the time, because I worked in the office, so I knew like a lot of
Yeah.
what was happening
Yeah.
and how many people graduated. And
Yeah.
we had 150 of us graduate, which was the biggest ever.
And this is this is before like Project Runway when they started
Yep.
filming at our school. So
Yeah, exactly. So all of a sudden, like, and that's wild, from a class of 150 of us that
yeah.
officially graduated as fashion designers
Yeah.
with degrees, there's only about like maybe on two hands you can
Yeah.
count how many are still in the business, which is
Yeah.
wild.
That's wild. I also want to point out, you said something like our senior fashion show. Usually you would just have only one garment that would be selected to be
Oh
put in.
yeah.
This is before they started those rules, right? So tell us about like how many garments you got in and which ones.
Yeah, because we were done as critic sessions. It wasn't about, because we were basically taught to work for someone else first, and
Yeah.
then you could open up your own thing. We were never really taught and trained to open up our own business right away. So what they did is they teamed us up with critics, and we go through the process of like what a collection would be, working under a design director or
Yeah.
namesake of a person, of a brand. So so you and I think were two of the few that actually all of our garments survived the initial selection process, because basically all the industry professionals would come in and they had yes or no's by each
Yeah.
one of the items. And if you got more no's than yeses, your item was tossed out. Your look
Yeah.
was tossed out of the show.
And back then we were at least able to get one. And then after
Yeah.
Project Runway, you
We were
weren't
one.
guaranteed any. You weren't guaranteed any. Isn't that crazy?
So it was crazy. And you and I also had special projects, which were hard to get at, because
Yeah.
you were given two critics,
Yeah.
but you also had possibilities to get into other ones where
Yeah.
there was like the Bukal project, which was your own textile, and then you make your own garment, your
Yeah.
own outfit from that with a critic.
Like the computer art one, right?
Yeah,
That's
you were
one.
the digital one, because
Yeah.
digital was a new thing back then.
Yeah.
That's how old we are.
I
Jesus.
know. It's like, oh my God, I got to get into the digital art one. I want to do that. And I wanted to do the costume design. Those were like the two that I was like, I have to do those. Those seem really amazing and like innovative.
Yeah, so you and I actually, I had a double for one of my projects, plus a menswear, plus the Bukal. So I had four outfits that made it through.
You made,
And
yeah, four. I had three.
yeah, you had three. Okay.
I had three.
Because
Yeah.
I had the double for the Jasco project, the Jasco jersey. Jasco doesn't exist anymore. That's
Yeah.
another one out of business.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the Jasco jersey project, and you and I both won gold thimbles for our
Yes.
work too.
Yes. Which one did you win it for?
I was for the Jasco with my double
The double.
project that I did. And then you were, which one did you get?
Gloria Sachs.
Oh, you were the digital.
Yes. Which was really hard because I had you and I had the other, what was her name? Marie?
Oh yeah, Marie. Oh God, student of the year, the fashion student of the year. But
yeah.
you went into photography too. Maria is not. Marie is not doing fashion. Well, she. Oh God, she was with the guy, Patrick McMullen, I want to say was his name. Famous photographer too.
Well, yeah, I mean that was a really tough one because I had you and then Marie, and you guys were like top-notch tier. So
hey, look who's talking over there. You won the award.
I know, but still, like I was competing with like amazing people like you guys, and the fact that I won, I mean, to me, I'm honored that I won that because that was phenomenal.
We got to both root each other on to get our acceptance of the gold thimbles, which was cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, like there's so many talented people in there, and it was a phenomenal time. Do you happen to have our senior fashion show tape by any chance?
I think I still have it on a CD.
Yeah.
But I got to get it translated over into it. But I do have it somewhere. I know I have it in my
Oh my God, that would be amazing. If you have any photos and the videos, it'd be great to like add into this little clip.
Also, I got to find, I know I have our junior year too.
Oh my God. Have you spoke to Marie or at all or no?
No, the only people I've spoken to is basically like Mira, because we all keep in touch on the internet, on social media. But Juliana, actually, I might end up with Juliana doing something with her because she's running the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival and that whole thing down there. And they're looking for a new photographer situation. So Tom, who we all now, so everyone out there knows that Linda and I have been doing a lot of collaborations. If you're not following our social media, follow.
I haven't seen this hat before.
And also Manfredonia.us. And you'll see we're doing a lot with a photographer in my local area because Linda's out in Staten Island. which kind of, I'm like, nah, you're not too crazy far away.
No, it's only like
Not too bad.
45 minutes, an hour,
Yeah.
approximately. Yeah.
Yeah, because our friend Tom Marvel is in New Milford, which is, I'm in Ramsey, New Jersey, which is in the suburbs of New York City, about 45 minutes outside of New York City.
Yeah.
And then Tom's only about a few towns away from me. So he's about a 20-minute drive, 15, 20 minutes to me or from me. So now Linda's been doing that with us, and that's been awesome.
That's been phenomenal. And how long have you been working with Tom?
Tom, I got introduced to just before COVID, because a
Yeah.
hair makeup team he was working with had worked with me and asked, hey, would I join in with this photographer? So I'm like, okay, where's he at?
Yeah.
And when they said New Milford, I'm like, wait, I'm like, don't
You're
tell
like,
me New
that's-
Milford, New Jersey.
Like, that's close. Yeah.
There's other New Milfords. There's like,
Yeah.
I think there's one in New York State. And I was like, which New Milford are we talking about here?
Mhm,
They go, New Jersey. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
just down Route 17 from me.
Yeah.
So then once we started working together, Tom loved my stuff so much. And then they were so quarantined to themselves, and so was I, because I'm living with my older parents.
Yeah.
We were safe with each other, wearing super masks and all that fun stuff. And so we stayed creative for the entire pandemic, and still to this day.
So like 2 years you were working
Yeah,
together?
so now it's been a little over 2 years now.
Oh,
And
wow.
also from bringing you in too, now you got to be a part of it, and now we're
I
doing.
know.
We've done so much type of work.
Yeah.
So now having you involved with the fine art plus fashion involved,
Yeah.
it's bringing us to a different levels, and we're going to try doing some more interesting avant-garde stuff with you shortly, because we might do some live action kind of scenarios, and that's all I'm going to say for a teaser for what's
Yeah.
upcoming.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're delving in some really interesting situations, and that's how a lot of this has developed into doing the collab work with you as well, to do the Artandhustle Manfredonia collab.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be trying to get into some galleries and some
Yes.
other interesting scenarios that we
Maybe
might have.
some little pop-ups, maybe in the Hamptons would be amazing, right?
Yep.
Maybe summer 22 Hamptons.
Yep. So we're going to work on some interesting serious stuff. Also, hopefully with an edit, at least one of the pieces might be able to get seen in a upcoming TV show.
Oh yes, please tell us
happening.
about that. How did that happen?
So ironically, just after you and I started doing some hand painted pieces for the collab upcoming, I got contacted by CBS, by the TV show FBI's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
And they hired me to supply them for an episode where I also was asked to appear live in the scenarios, also utilizing my name and all of my designs in a runway scenario. And that's all I can really say that I'm allowed to right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Until I get authorizations and make sure I'm all good and clear.
And what's the date on that?
That is March 15th at 10 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And that's on Channel 2 in the New York City area.
Yeah.
So if any of you are watching or hearing this podcast from out of state or in other time zones, I don't know what CBS is for you all, but it's easily found also online at cbs.com. You can watch things live stream based upon your providers and all that.
Yeah.
Fun
And what's the
stuff.
name of the show again?
It's FBI Most Wanted. There are 3 of them that run in the same night. So Tuesdays, it goes normal FBI, then FBI International goes in between, and then FBI Most Wanted is the last one to go. And that's the one I'll be on the Ides of March, March 15th.
Oh my God, we should have a watch party.
Oh, totally doing a watch party. So that's going to be happening.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to be streaming people in, also like Sharon, who's also a collaborator. So Sharon Herrick from Illuminate Me up in Maine, in the South Portland area. She's going to be jumping in to watch it live streaming with me.
Yeah.
And you jump in too. So we'll watch it together and check it out. So it'd be awesome.
That's going to be super exciting. So we're definitely excited to for that to come about. Oh my God.
Yeah, because I had 1 or 2 of your pieces in the background runway setup, and it's visually in the camera angles, we should be seeing the the art painting splatters that you do. That's your signatures.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be able to be seen, hopefully. But
That'll be exciting to see that. So yeah, I'm super thankful that you pulled me in. You were following some of my abstract pieces like on Facebook and Instagram, and you're like, oh, I think these might work. I was like, yeah, I'll send you a bunch that I'm doing. Maybe it'll work out. I think we started out doing the bombers. you
Yeah.
know, so we can bring those bombers back, you know, and
Because I had previous success with doing artist collabs before I asked you to join in. I saw you were doing fine art stuff now
yeah,
at the time before we officially reconnected.
yeah.
Because my artist collab, the first one I did, actually ended up on Joe Jonas when he was part of DNCE, and they performed as one of the headliners for the
Mm,
Grammys tribute to the Bee Gees a couple years ago on Easter Sunday.
yeah.
And then from then on, it just went crazy. And Joe took it on tour, that jacket on tour, even
And it was a
when
red bomber, right?
yep, the red artist, the red sunset bomber that I'd done with another artist, James Delaney in South Africa, who I
Yeah,
previously met.
yeah,
So yeah, so the artist collab stuff does very well, and then we're gonna reinvigorate it with you again
yeah,
for Art and Hustle collab,
yeah,
even more so, and we're gonna take it to a different level too than just doing the digital printing. We're gonna take it to
yeah,
several different levels, which
yeah,
would be really cool for people to check out and see.
yeah. And the first thing that we actually worked on was well, no, after those fine art ones, you came to me and were like, you know what? I have this wedding dress.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Here we go.
Tell us about the wedding dress.
So I had a whole nightmare scenario. And one of the reasons I don't like doing bridal, because brides can get a little cray cray.
A little
As we all
bridezilla.
know, a little bridezilla, and
Little
she did.
bridezilla. Yeah.
She did very much so. So I said, nope, no, thank you. I'm done. And I already
So,
had,
so did you make it and then she wanted to change the whole design and then not
well,
pay, or what was that?
well, being very upfront about when you give discounts and what those discounts mean. And I can do certain things, I can't do other things if you
Yeah.
want to pay a certain price point. And I was very
Yeah.
clear about that.
Mhm.
And this client thought that she could get like the ultimate out of me. And I was like, no, no,
Like
no. I was just
couture,
here.
everything.
Yep. And then started getting nasty, saying some things to me, which were very inappropriate and unprofessional.
Oh,
I'm like, you do not have the right to talk to me that way.
really? Mhm.
Yep. I'm not getting into serious stuff, but
Fine.
glazing over it. And so I had the shell. I wasn't fully finished because I had, you know, everything was almost there and done for the most part, but things had to get finalized to put together before you do the final fitting. And that's the point where things fell apart. And I was
Yeah.
like, done with this, done with you. Goodbye. Here's your deposit. See you later. I even gave deposit back, which I shouldn't have, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want
You
her
just
out of my
wanted
life,
you
out
just
of my
wanted
hair.
it done. Yeah.
So basically, but that doesn't give her the right to take the stuff I've already worked on and
Yeah.
paid for myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, 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 thank you.
Yeah.
Especially because then if I'm giving deposit back, that means that came out of my own pocket and I took the hit. So that's my stuff.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh my God, this is a perfect scenario because a lot of your work was revolving around like a lot of your life hardships with a divorce and
Yeah.
your mother passing and all these things. So I was like, this is
There
perfect.
there was a lot of pain and angst in my art, and you saw it, and you're like, listen, do you want to take this wedding dress and like destroy it, paint it, whatever you want? I'm like,
and make it a divorce dress
and it
because
was
it'll be up your
perfect.
alley.
It was perfect because I actually wanted to do something like that for like therapy and to get all of that, you know, bottled up feelings and emotions out. So it worked out perfectly. I'm like, yes, that is exactly what I want to do.
And then what I was happy is because Tom had been talking to a famous dancer, and so she is the principal of Martha Graham. So the first photo shoot I did with her, we ended up using that gown. Everyone loved it. It became
Oh
one of
my
Tom's
God.
favorites.
Oh my
So the
God.
divorce gown ended up being on a very famous lady,
Yeah.
and who was amazing. So Jin was incredible, and everyone was in love with the divorce gown, and especially
Yeah.
the story behind it was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was also like it got on a famous person too, right off the bat, which is awesome, and we
Mhm.
keep on shooting it. But
Yep.
that was also really cool to seriously get that collab with you, and then that's kind of sent the ball really rolling for us
That was like
to
a
get into some
perfect
like.
starter, right? That's a perfect
Oh
start.
yeah,
Then Tom was like, "Oh, this is great. Oh, maybe we could bring her in and do some more things, right?"
exactly. And now like you're now a permanent fixture on our sets to
I
be
know.
like with, and we keep on reinventing the artist situation and
Mhm.
artist shoot on how we're going to do it in
Yeah.
different ways, shapes, and forms.
Yeah.
Even revolving around, you know, the paintings end up being the focus of things and how we style around the painting.
Mhm.
Like thinking about photo shoots in different ways on how you approach it and style for it. Then doing the normal, like, okay, here's the clothing outfits. Now everything goes around that. We did
Yeah.
complete reversal
Yeah.
with working backwards from what's an object, actually not even the set, but what's an object in the set,
Yeah.
and then working backwards to come from that.
Yeah, which has been amazing. And you guys, I mean, honestly, you guys, like, everything's magic. Like, as soon as like the first photo is taken, it to me is like pure magic. It's
Oh, and
like
Tom's a master at what he does with photography. His lighting, his focus, like his use of his space too is incredible what he can do. So doing that mixture, and
yeah,
also very harmonious on how we work with things. Like everyone can have input on a set. There's no personality dominating over the others. Everyone's like, hey, what do you think about doing this? Or maybe let's change that. And everyone's
yeah,
like, go with the flow, have
yeah.
fun.
And is it
Because
always like that with you and the people you work with, or you think this is a little different in particular?
well, even from Jin telling us, like she's done 50 million shoots on very high levels too, because of she's a principal of
Yeah,
a famous dance company.
yeah,
And she turned around, she goes, you know what? I have never experienced this on a photo shoot where it's so creative and so harmonious, and everyone, there's no ego. Like
mhm,
there's a total lack of ego in
mhm,
how we work, and everyone's listening to each other and allowed to even, makeup artists and the hair and makeup, people, whoever they may be, also have input
yeah,
and can give suggestions. And we all just, there's no one stepping over on each other's toes
yeah,
and just getting riled up about anything. It's just
yeah,
fun, go with the flow. And usually, like you said, we get the first shot is a perfect shot, which is unusual too. And
yeah,
that's very consistent with Tom and I, with
yeah,
our grouping of our people
yeah,
and how we work. It's like most likely our first shot, even though it's a test for lighting and all that, usually
yeah,
is a perfect shot, and it's unusual. And we
mhm,
get it so fast too that we're able to move through outfits really
yeah.
quickly. That's the other thing is like
It's been
we know when we
phenomenal.
got it, move
Hmm.
on,
Hmm.
because you don't need to beat up like reinvent a good thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
take the
the
lessons,
first
but hey, great.
exactly. The first time I spoke to him on Instagram, he was like super sweet, and he's like, yeah, come by. And I was like, yeah, I was like, Sundays or whatever. I thought it might be hard because I have the kids. And he's like, bring the kids. I was like, oh, you're so nice. So like the first time I came, I brought the kids so they can experience the whole thing, and it was
Well, just so
phenomenal.
also everyone knows, like when we're doing the set, the way it's in his house
Yeah,
and there's separation of rooms. So also for safety of the kids and for everyone involved too, the kids were actually able to see and look through and also stand to the side. That was like safety protocols, even with
yeah,
COVID times, that we
hmm,
were able to do that. And kids could hang out and watch and see what mom gets into and
yeah,
see her actual real work. Cause it's also tough to have kids along, is unusual for
yeah,
other friends or family to be
yeah,
at the set.
yeah.
So it was really cool. And Tom's like super sweet, super easygoing. So to even have that and convenience of, you have the issue of like, I can't have any, I'm not gonna be able to get someone to watch my kids. So he's like, oh, bring them along. They'll be
I
fine.
know
They
that
can
was so
sit,
nice.
they can watch at times, they can sit in the other room and,
Yep.
be on their video games, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
It was great. And we had a blast. And the kids actually had a great time to be able to see what actually happens from your artwork and
exactly.
in your fashion scenarios, what it's like. It was really cool
Yeah.
for the kids.
Exactly. They it's amazing to be able to expose them to that. They've also been with me at Gowanus too. So there were a lot of times that they came with me to Gowanus to my art show
Oh,
and
that's right. Yeah.
and they just hung out with me all day. And then, so it's amazing. But yeah, I'm super excited about for that to come out. Everybody stay tuned for, little announcements that we might do.
Yeah, and this weekend we're going to do some really interesting pushing, even further than we have before with
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
more involved than before too. So,
Mhm.
and everyone watch out for that because you'll see some BTS popping up on Sunday,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Behind the scenes, it's gonna
The
be
season, a
amazing.
lot involved. So
Yeah,
that's gonna
like
be cool. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, everyone.
super cool. Yeah, I really loved it because there's no ego. And everyone, honestly, one major thing I keep telling everybody is that everybody is like top tier talent. And everyone has no ego and everyone respects and loves everybody else's talent. That all of it just perfectly lines up like magically. We're like, oh my God, can we just do this like every day? Right?
Well, this is cute because some of them, like our current team with Nikki and Christina that we've been working with very consistently, they're
Mhm.
younger than us. And it was funny to see, like, when I first started working with them, they got so nervous around me. I'm like, stop it. I'm like, you guys are
Really?
fine. relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they did find out a little bit about my history from Tom, and
Yeah.
they know like I actually do have a history with a lot of the A-list celebrities,
Yeah.
like Beyonce,
Beyonce. Yeah. Beyonce. Yeah.
Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, Jonas. I already like
Yeah.
everyone heard.
Yeah.
I've worked with Meryl Streep in the past when I was at Isaac.
Mhm.
A lot of celebs when I was at Isaac as well.
Yeah.
But even with my own business, it's basically who's who. And even I've had Shakira and her people call me up for tour costume trials.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the list goes on and on, like of the people I've worked with and supplied to. Even Madonna's pulled my work.
Mhm.
Cher
Yeah.
pulled my
Drop
work.
all the names. Drop all the names.
Like Miley Cyrus, Rihanna said, Alessia Cara on the Billboard Music Awards wearing me, Nelly Furtado for Prince Albert of Monaco's first gala in Monaco. She was the headliner, wore me. Oh God, Kelly Rowland, uh, Big Sean. Geez, now I'm like on the spot. I'm trying to remember. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
giant list that I have to keep track of. I have
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
going like additions. Oh, Sweetie, Cardi B is worn both of them.
Mhm.
A lot of it's on my Instagram. If you scroll
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
and you see more towards the bottom of my Instagram. Also, like Normani from when she was still apart with Camila Cabello on Fifth Harmony. It was the Women in Music Awards. They subbed in to perform for Meghan Trainor, who was on vocal rest or her vocal cords would be damaged. They did a whole thing, and two of them wore me, Normani being one of them.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, so it's like it's been a wild ride of the who's who that has worked with me in like the top celebs. So when these like young professionals, because
Mhm.
Nikki and Christina are professionals still, but they were like awestruck and they were getting nervous when I was like standing watching what they were doing for the hair and makeup. And I'm
Yeah.
like, calm down, I'm not anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get nervous around me. I'm like, they're
Yeah.
like, but you're a celebrity. I'm like, no, I'm not a celebrity. I'm like, shut up, shut up. I'm like, no. I'm
How,
like, I'm not.
around how old are they?
Oh God. Nikki and Christina are still in, I think they're still in their mid-20s. I'm not good with ages, so
Yeah.
don't kill
Yeah.
me, Nikki and Christina. I don't know. But I know you're in your early 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are amazing and like total pros. I love you guys. But
Oh my God, then we're like double. We're double them then.
I know. So it's like, oh Jesus Christ, we're old
Oh
now.
my
I'm like, oh
God.
man. I'm like, when did this happen?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, we're up there now. Now we're gonna be the OGs soon.
I know. It's like, wow, back in my day when I was a kid in the business. It's
Yeah.
like, Jesus. Like,
Oh
feel
my-
like grandpa in the business now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh,
People
so
forget, like, we started young.
yeah.
You know, I was only 19 working
Mhm.
professionally, although I was still in college.
Yeah.
So for me, I've actually had extra years of experience that most people don't get to,
Yeah.
which is wild. So
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. All right. So the next thing we're gonna play a little game. If you're
okay,
down, we're gonna
I
play
am
a
down.
game. We're gonna play a game of Vogue 73 questions where we're gonna like speak
Okay.
to them. You give your questions, answer, and you give your questions, answers, and we're gonna see how many we can get through. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Number one. What's the first thing you thought about this morning?
Oh God, my construction. I also do construction on the side.
Mhm.
And my next door neighbor's house, which is a twin house to mine, we
Mhm.
are identical in our looks. They're renovating their bathroom. I'm acting as owner rep, and of course,
Oh.
an over 90-year-old house is going to have plumbing issues that have never been touched. So
Oh.
of course, big plumbing issues I have to deal with. So that was the first thing about coordinating with my client because we have
Yeah.
to do a meeting because
Yeah.
the original people that put in the plumbing cut through a structural beam, which is horrible.
Oh my
It's now
God.
covered. So, and we can't put the new shower stall system in because the weight load will compromise the floor. So we have to go through a whole fun thing. So anyways, long story short,
Yeah.
that's my weirdness of thinking about construction
Well,
clients.
also a side note, that's what we have to do also to make money as a fashion designer and an artist, that we have to take multiple side projects. So one of them is your home renovation, right? Right. Okay, number
Yep.
two, what did you eat for
So
breakfast?
that was the first thing I thought. Sorry, a little long with it. Go ahead.
It's okay. What did you eat for breakfast?
Coffee. That was it. I'm a coffee drinker
That's it?
and not really hungry in the morning.
Okay. Number three, were you named after somebody?
Yes, I'm named after two people, Anthony for my uncle Anthony on my mom's side, and then John, my middle name, is my grandfather's name. So Anthony John Manfredonia.
Okay, perfect. And where were you born?
I was born in Ramsey, New Jersey, technically in Ridgewood, which is 2 towns away. That's where the nearest hospital is, and I'm back now in my home helping my parents out.
Okay, perfect. And this one is, what is your occupation? But we know you're
Fashion designer and construction person, I guess, handyman.
there we go. I mean, it's like, all handmade. It's all couture, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, now how long have you had your occupation?
Since I was, I guess technically 16, so now I'm 45. And what is that? Oh, Jesus. I'm not good at this.
A shitload of time.
Shitload of time. We'll leave it at that. You can do the math on your own.
Exactly. Number 7. What do you like about it?
Oh, I love the creativity and going from 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional, because that was my thing of like sculpturing when I was in high school, and
Yeah.
trying to figure out my fine arts area. So it marries both the things I love, from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions, and we work all the way in between, which is awesome.
Perfect.
I love it, and I always love the human form. So there you go.
Number 8. What do you not like about it?
Oh God, the logistics. Ugh. Hate the logistics of it all, and how much the business side of it is just excruciating and very fractured and very problematic because of wholesaling and everything collapsing. It's a mess on the business side of things. Creatively, it's incredible, but business side just really sucks to deal with all that crap. It's a lot of crap to deal with.
Yeah. Number 9. What's your craziest job experience?
Oh God, entertaining Meryl Streep by myself for 45 minutes. That'd be one of the biggest ones up there. And it's like, basically, it's like, what the hell do you say to Meryl Streep for 45 minutes without fanning out?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. But there's been so many weird scenarios I've been a part of, and crazy, amazing things.
Yeah.
Now being a part of a TV show. So I said, but one of the higher ranking ones is like entertaining Meryl Streep, and she's my first celebrity to work with at Isaac. So I'm like, and we're making her Golden Globes gown.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell do you say to Meryl to entertain her? And she actually sat me down and was like, let's just have some fun and talk. And she gave me gossip. It was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
all the gossip from Meryl Streep herself.
I'm sure you have tons of gossip and stories.
Nicest, sweetest, coolest person you'll ever meet too. She is who she is and how you think she is, as being really cool and amazing and sweet. That's her to anyone. She's incredible. So anyways.
Okay, number 10. Where did you attend university?
Parson School of Design, New York City.
What's the best thing about the town where your university is at?
Oh, it's New York City, the city that never sleeps. I mean, having that as your campus, also coming out of the closet in the middle of New York City, was amazing.
So you came out while you were in college?
While I was in college. I was 20 when I came out of the closet. And because of like a guy I was dating held it against me. I was like, you know what? I'm at that age now. Let me just do it. And I thought my parents would be pretty cool, and they totally were. Family was awesome.
This will have to be a whole nother podcast. We'll have to jot that
down.
A
whole other thing, another story.
Yeah, that'll have to be another thing. Okay, what's the worst thing about living in your town?
New York City is one of the most expensive, and at the time in the 90s and early 2000s, it was the most expensive city to live in. So trying to afford anything, getting out of college, and also trying to find jobs, it was not easy. Very, very tough. So the blessing and the curse of New York is as fun as it can be, but also extremely expensive.
Yeah.
For someone starting out.
3 words to describe where you live.
In the attic. No, seriously, I'm literally living in my parents' attic. Right? You can see it's a fully finished room. I'm not turning my camera around because it's a mess and from hell.
You should do like, what is your workspace look like now?
Mess from hell. Yeah.
Well, I'm in the garage, so I can show you.
It's all smoke and mirrors. It's like, I'm gonna turn the camera the one angle that looks decent.
Yeah, mine looks nice, but everything, amazing things always happen in the garage, right?
See, people think it's glamorous what we do. It is so not glamorous. You see like the 10 minutes of glamour we get on those runways. That's it. Everything else is hell.
Well, it's all a hustle, and you have to, one thing I learned in Parsons that you have to get through the grind. You have to get through the things that are not fun. You have to get through all the projects and the sleepless nights, and you're not going to love it, but you have to get through all of it. And you actually probably have to love the nitty gritty of things to be able to. And
those big moments remind you of how awesome it can be. Yeah. Although they're few and far between, but they give you those moments of like, oh my God, yes, this is cool. Keep going.
Yeah. This is why I'm doing it. Right. Okay. Number 14. What's your favorite food?
Oh, my mom's meatballs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like those family recipes.
I love meatball. I'm gonna have to come over, or you got to bring some over.
Oh my god. Oh no, actually the eggplant parmesan. See, this is the problem with Italian cooking. And my
Oh, yeah.
mom and my grandma and my sis are amazing cooks.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Can you
And I
bring some
learned it all
Tupperware?
from
Can
them.
you bring me some Tupperware next time she makes something?
Oh no, I'll make for you because I know that
Okay.
like I'm as good as they are because I was trained by my mom and my grandma.
Oh
So I
my
was
God.
young when I learned how to cook early in
Maybe
life.
we should have like Mama's Meatballs watching party for
Oh yeah.
March
Oh my god.
15th.
Oh yeah. The Sunday dinner was like everything. The
Mhm.
meatballs, the sausages, the
I've never
guacamole.
been to an Italian Sunday dinner.
Oh, it's awesome. It's because
Mhm.
all the meat sauce. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
delicious.
Okay. What's your least favorite food?
Fish.
Fish. Really? You don't like fish?
Yeah, no, it has to be prepared a very certain way. Shellfish, love.
Yeah,
Normal fish, not a fan of it.
not a fan.
I
Okay.
just hate the taste of it. I'm like, ugh.
Okay. What's your favorite drink? Alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
Oh god, that's a well, coffee for non-alcoholic because love my coffee.
Yeah.
And alcoholic, huh? What would be my go-to? Well, I love wine, so I guess I would say wine in general because
Yeah.
I'm a big wine person.
Yeah.
So I love vintages and different types, especially Italians like the Barolos, the Amarones, Montepulcianos,
Ooh.
Tuscans. Really delicious. So I'd say wine for like
Okay.
alcohol.
Wine. Okay. Red and white, both of
Yep,
it. All of it. Okay.
I like that.
Next
Okay.
is what's your favorite restaurant?
Da Andrea in New York City because it's a couple I've known for a very long time since I lived near them in the West Village at one point. And they came directly from Bologna. So it's like when I traveled to Italy, it's like being back in Italy and eating that food.
Wow.
Oh,
Where are they located?
they're on 13th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, right around the corner from Parsons' main hub on
Oh,
13th Street.
oh, I wonder if I've been there because I've been to a couple of restaurants around there.
What was what's the theater? Shoot, what's that theater that's on that small independent theater that's on 13th
Oh,
Street?
yeah,
It's,
I've seen it. I just don't remember the name of it.
God, I'm blanking on what it is, but it's across the street from that little theater on 13th Street between
Yeah.
5th and 6th.
Okay. Okay. Now, what is your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. I love pepperoni. Me too. Favorite country to visit?
Italy,
Italy.
my homeland.
What's the last country you visited?
Oh, what is the last country I visited? I think it's Canada. Because
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think it was Canada is the last one I went to because I think it was Toronto
Mm-hmm.
that I was visiting. Where a girlfriend of mine was in Toronto that I visited her and her family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think it's Canada.
Canada. Okay. What's the country you want to visit next?
Italy or France, but I think Italy. But I haven't been back to Paris. That was the first country I visited out of New York, the U.S. It'd be cool to go to Paris, but Italy or Paris.
Italy or Paris. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds or pearls?
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Kittens or puppies?
Puppies.
Puppies. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, I would say Star Wars. I'd say it would be The Last Jedi. I'm a classics kind of guy. I like the first three. So, but I would say like that would be Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi. Sorry, Return of the Jedi. I'm wrong. Bad Star Wars person. Return of the Jedi.
That's okay. Luke Skywalker or Han Solo?
Oh, I like Han Solo because he was a little bit more gritty.
Now, R2D2 or C3PO?
R2D2. C3PO's voice annoyed the hell out of me.
Yeah. Your favorite Disney character?
Oh, that's a good one. Huh. Favorite Disney character? I would say Aladdin. Because that's what pops into my head first. So I'd say Aladdin. I love that movie.
What's your spirit animal?
Oh, spirit animal will definitely be a wolf.
A wolf. Now, have you ever seen a
I'd
ghost?
say a wolf or a dragon.
A dragon? Okay.
Yes. Oh, wait, you said a ghost?
Have you ever seen a ghost or a spirit?
Yes. Yes, I have. I've had interesting experiences with ghosts and spirits and mediums.
Okay. We have to add that to another podcast.
Yeah.
What do you have any pets?
No, I do not.
What's the cutest thing ever?
God, the cutest thing ever. Puppies. I love puppies. They're so
Mhm,
cute.
mhm.
Just like, oh, just so lovable.
Yeah. Now, what is your favorite fashion trend?
Oh, favorite fashion trend. Ah, you know what? I love that the subculture areas are getting into play now. So
Mhm,
like, a little S&M-y.
mhm,
Um, see, that's what I've also been known for is like really I'm in that like Tom Ford Versace kind of thing where like sexually driven type of aesthetics or very sensual. And I played a lot of bringing subculture like harnesses
mhm,
and different types of things like that and latex in different ways into the mainstream and luxury.
mhm.
So I'd say that would be it for me.
Yeah. And how many siblings do you have?
I have two. I'm the youngest of three. It's
Mhm,
older brother, then sister, then me.
okay. Favorite movie of all time?
Ooh, these are good. Jeez. God, that's a toughie. Favorite movie
Yeah,
of all
I know
time.
that's hard. I mean, you can list a couple if you know.
I'd say like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, either any of those, but especially Return of the King. The last one was just epic.
Mhm.
Loved it. So I'd say that.
Okay. Your favorite movie in the last 5 years?
Endgame. Well, that's a tie. I'm constantly rewatching Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and Lady Gaga's A Star Is Born. Just
Yes.
I love that. I could watch that over and over again. Their
On
chemistry,
repeat.
just
Yeah.
everything about it.
Yeah. Movie that made you cry?
Oh, a movie that made me cry. Actually, A Star Is Born is one of them
Mhm.
because just making it and then the hardships and I've really related to a lot of what happened. I had my amazing moments and like serious horrible
Yeah.
hardships.
A
So I
movie
can
that made you cry from laughter?
cry from laughter. Hmm. God, I think of what I was crying so hard at that I laughed and cried. Huh. It hasn't been in one in a while. Gotta be
Mhm.
honest. I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
remember. I guess it would be like A Star Is Born for some of those moments that were really
Mhm.
super funny.
Yeah.
That you can relate to, I
Okay,
guess.
that's fine. Do you have a favorite sports movie?
Sports movie. Hmm. Actually, Rudy.
Oh, yes,
Rudy.
I love that movie.
That one's a great one.
I
I'd
love
say
that.
that's a good classic one.
Mhm.
Underdog kind of thing.
Yeah.
The favorite of my dad too, and we watched it together quite a bit. So I'd
Mhm.
say that Rudy. Hmm.
Yeah. What is your most desired quality in a friend?
Loyalty. Definitely loyalty because I've had a lot of
Mhm.
BS happen of late too with people that I thought were very close friends and then totally screwed me over.
Really?
Oh yeah. Some people I've known for decades too that just recently screwed me over and I basically was
Recently?
like,
Really?
yep, like mega screwed me over.
Okay.
It was a actually I'll hint at it because it was a TV show scenario involving a gay subculture reality show
Mhm.
that I was helped this person out with, and they decided to try and screw me over financially. That they made promises and agreements and then tried to screw me.
Oh, no.
So I was
Now
like,
is
I'm
that this is that the same thing for a partner?
yes, trust and loyalty is a big thing. I'm a big Scorpio guy,
Mhm.
and we are all about trust and loyalty until you mess with us.
Yeah.
We are loyal as can be. You mess with us, you're done.
Yeah. 39. Can you speak another language?
Yes, je comprends un petit français et parler petit français aussi.
Mhm.
Um, so I know little bits of French
Mhm.
enough. I didn't, and a little bit of Italian, but I got to be back in the culture to remember it all.
Yeah.
Same with French. I took 4 years in high school, and when I was in Paris, I could pick it back up again, but without
Mm.
practice, I'm like a little lost.
Yeah.
But I can pick it back up
Okay.
decent.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. 40. What's the most American thing you can think of?
God, hamburger and French fries.
Mm, that's true.
That's
Favorite t
Americana.
Okay, favorite TV show or Netflix that's currently on?
Oh, that was it was course, it was a Discovery of Witches,
Mm,
and they were on their third season, and it's awesome. The acting, it was based on books.
is it on
It's about
Netflix?
like, yeah. Well, actually, not on Netflix. It was on Amazon Prime. You had to get
Mhm.
through to get to it,
Yeah.
but amazing.
What is
And
it called?
it's called A Discovery of Witches,
Oh,
and it's like basically like vampires, demons, and witches exist intermingled with humans, but hidden.
yeah.
And I won't spoil anything more, but it's
Mm,
so like the storytelling, the acting, everything is beautifully like
That
shot.
sounds really interesting. Okay.
Awesome.
42. What's your favorite TV show of all time?
Oh, of all time, huh? Favorite TV show of all time. Think of what I would go back to rewatch. There's quite a few actually. I'm a big sci-fi person, like fantasy sci-fi. So like,
Yeah, list a couple. Yeah, list whatever you
yeah,
want.
so like 3300 was amazing when it existed back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Mhm,
And then A Discovery of Witches
mhm.
is now a current favorite classic, and I rewatch it.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to think of ones I brought back up again to rewatch. I haven't seen in a while. Oh God. Oh God, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. Supernatural.
Okay.
On like God knows how many seasons. Oh, and Lucifer. That was amazing. I love that show.
Okay.
And so anti-hero and amazing.
Yeah.
Like taking the devil and twisting the idea of the devil.
Yeah.
So
Favorite
cool.
game. Okay.
Favorite game, soccer.
Favorite hobby.
Favorite hobby, construction.
What do you do to decompress?
I watch shows I love and
Okay.
television stuff.
Okay. What do you do to spend a Saturday in your hometown?
I'm working usually doing my fashion stuff, or
Yeah.
I'm doing photo shoots on the weekends with Tom and you.
47. Your best first date idea.
Oh, dinner at sunset on my rooftop in Hell's Kitchen, watching sunset over New Jersey, and then the entire Times Square skyline lights up at the same time.
48. Your dream vacation.
Italy.
49. Favorite color. Sorry.
Green. Green.
50. Favorite book of all time.
Oh God, favorite book of all time. 1984. Oh no, Brave New World. A Brave New World.
Brave New World.
I like that better.
Do you have a favorite book in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay. A book you read because everyone was reading it.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Okay. A book that you would read over and over again.
That was A Brave New World.
Favorite sport to watch?
I'm not a sports person, so no.
No. Favorite lunch?
Pizza.
Okay. 56. Famous person and not living that you would want your favorite lunch with.
Oh, not living. That would be Balenciaga. Or Christian Dior, either one.
Okay. Someone famous and alive, same question, that you would have your favorite lunch with.
Oh, Meryl Streep again. I would love to be with her again. That was fun.
A historical era you want to live in and where?
Oh, that would be probably 1920s.
Dream car?
Oh, what's that? Dream car?
Dream car?
Maybach.
Favorite outdoor activity?
Gardening.
Favorite indoor activity?
Working on actually sculpting, working on my fashion stuff.
Do you play an instrument?
I used to clarinet.
Oh, okay. Something you admire in a friend, which might be the same thing as before.
Yeah, again, honesty, loyalty.
Loyalty. What is your must do when you go to the movies?
Popcorn. Must have popcorn. Love popcorn.
What do you consider to be your greatest achievement?
Oh, well, I guess greatest achievement. Okay, that can go a lot of different ways. I'd say the obvious one is Beyonce, because that was like, I didn't have any celebrities before her. And getting her as my first for the famous iTunes Drop album.
Yeah.
Epic. I almost closed my business before that because of her. I kept going. So I'd say that.
What is your dream job?
Oh God, to be the design director or head of a couture house in Paris or Milan.
Favorite place that you go to de-stress?
Anywhere with a body of water. That de-stresses me. I need to be like even walking down the Hudson River or being by a lake or on the beach. Having body of water, for some reason, that as just really decompresses me.
68. What will you bring on a one-way trip to Mars?
What would I bring on a one-way trip to Mars? A boyfriend.
That sounds good to me.
That sounds company.
Yeah. If you were stranded on a desert island, who would you be stranded there with?
You, Linda. There
Oh,
you go. Have a good
you
time.
need a boyfriend, no?
Or boyfriend. Boyfriend comes back again if the mythical boyfriend.
Yeah, some of these questions that I found, I was like, they kind of are similar. So, be patient with us. You're having a party. Who do you invite? Me.
Well,
No,
you.
just kidding.
Well, it will be like you, my family, and my closest friends. My inner circle again to see each other. Also, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Everyone. So
Yeah. Now,
yeah.
what would you serve?
Alcohol, wine. Also, we like to do the oysters when we could. That was fun.
Ooh,
And we
yes.
do our after work, drink meetups back in the day. You and I, and stuff like that. Do little movies.
Okay. And what would you talk about?
Fashion, fashion, music, the usual, like
And
boys,
spirits, I think.
sex,
and spirits,
spirits,
and
ghosts.
would you recommend this interview to someone else?
Oh, hell yeah. Actually, you should do Tom next.
Yes.
If you haven't already, do Tom. That he's interesting because he also had other lives before photography and even currently does other things. So I won't spoil it because it's his interview.
So
but
what do you have any must-have questions that I should ask Tom?
Well, it's about like his background history and how he came to photography is very interesting.
Okay.
So, got some interesting background situations and things he's done. He's already achieved quite a bit in life in other areas.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing about him too, and then how he got to this point.
Okay. Now I'm just going to add a couple more questions.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to ask you some Oprah questions that she likes to ask,
Sure.
like at the end of things. What do you think the purpose of life is?
Learning. I think we're meant to learn from mistakes that we haven't been through yet, or fix things that we did in other lives.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that there's something else, you just don't know what that is. And I think we might reoccur, that the idea of coming back again is possible. I'm a believer in that, but it may not be the way we think. So that's the hiccup of it all. But I think it's the purpose of life is to be the best self you can be as much as possible.
Yeah.
And just learn from your mistakes and correct things and do the best job you can on this earth, and to give positivity out there because there's so much negative, horrible crap out there.
Yeah.
So that's what my thought is on it.
Yeah. And what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family and my friends that I have and my current situation, because it could be 1,000 times worse. And we've gotten through a lot, all of us together, and really my inner circle of my support system, you included, Sharon, mom, dad, my siblings, like very few and far between people that I've kept very close to me.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. What do you know for sure?
Everything and nothing.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Trust your first instincts, because they're almost always correct. Every time I've gotten into really bad scenarios, I didn't trust my first instinct, and I should have.
Yeah.
And even to this day, got to remind yourself, trust your instinct because it's probably correct.
So this might lead to that one. What's the best life lesson that took you the longest to learn?
To love yourself before you can actually love someone else.
Yes.
Because lots of issues come from your own damages.
Yeah.
And don't project that onto somebody else, because that's yours, not other people's.
Yeah.
And that's, I think we have a problem in general as humans, that we project our insecurities, our problems, where that's not the case for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that causes the most harm usually.
Well, I think we did it. We
awesome.
Finished the 73, and I was able to add a couple of Oprah ones. So
awesome.
I'm super excited. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else you want to add that's coming up for you? Any questions for me that you want to throw in at the end?
The TV show thing was the big thing. That's really starting to happen. And then
Yeah.
there's other things in the air, but I'm really not at liberty to say about it yet.
Yeah.
Something international, we shall see.
Mm.
That's all I'll hint at. But
yeah.
There's a lot of interesting things, and especially with the TV show, I don't know what's going to occur from that, but
yeah,
some things might happen, because I know I was paid attention to by, all the way up the chain of command at CBS. So we made a lot of interesting waves in great ways.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a big pivotal episode for them too, from what I'm being told. So
Any
lots of
advice,
excitement.
any advice you would give to somebody who wants to get into fashion design? Like top 5 tips you would have?
Perseverance, it's a long haul. It's
Mhm.
not gonna be an overnight success.
Yeah.
And usually it used to be like 5 years to be an overnight success. Now you're looking more like 10 years. No
Yeah.
joke.
Okay, so
And
number
it's
1 would be perseverance.
yeah, and the hard work. And it really is, you can't see someone else's path and journey
Mhm.
in this life or career
Mhm.
as what is going to happen for you, because it's very different for each person,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
And you don't ever start judging yourself and comparing, because that's where it goes really bad for you. And
Mhm.
you're gonna create more problems for yourself than you want.
Yeah.
It, yes, it's hard not to be humbled and jealous, but keep it in check, because even the TV show was a total surprise. They found me and
Yeah.
asked me to join them.
Yeah.
So, and that was just from seeing my work, like what I'm doing with you.
Yeah.
You put enough of your talent and your work out there, people will start to recognize it. It just might take a lot of time.
It's
You
taking a
never know,
long time. Yeah, it's taking me a long time.
as we both know. And we have so many problems in our industry
Yeah.
that that's the ultimate thing, is like your hard work and perseverance. And even now I have to do a side hustle that's
Mhm.
become more of a full-time thing for me to keep
Yeah.
myself alive, to be able
Yeah.
to do my fashion now is like kind of pushed to the side because I need money to survive and live.
Yeah.
So there's times it's going to be ups and downs, and you just
Yeah.
got to get through that. And perseverance, 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 perseverance.
Mhm.
And if we delve into other things on other podcasts, and maybe with Lindsay involved, and we
Yeah.
can talk about more personal stuff,
Yeah.
my disastrous situations in my personal life, which you know about,
Yeah.
and having to survive that on top of career stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Life is a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you had a, let's throw in, we have a couple of minutes, throw in your you there was a fire, right?
Oh yeah, my mom and I almost died together in a fire. We survived by 23 seconds. Was the
Mm.
difference between life and death. I don't know if I cracked up for a minute, but on the
I think
connection,
it's
but
okay.
it
It's
was
okay.
23 seconds between life and death of us surviving that. And became, thank God things went down the way they did, because I was the only salvageable apartment in the
Wow.
building.
Wow. And this was in New
Everyone else
York, in
was dead.
Manhattan?
In Manhattan, yep.
Mhm.
And it was 3 days to my lookbook shoot to boot.
Wow.
And I got lucky. A fireman took pity on me and helped me out, which he wasn't supposed to.
Mhm.
So I literally had the clothes on my back, my computer I was able to grab onto, and my current collection I was able to grab out of there immediately that night.
Mhm.
And then it was locked down for a year. So
Wow, are you
had I not,
serious?
yeah,
Did they
had I
did they
not
figure
grabbed
out did they figure out like how that fire started?
it was the electrical between the two bathrooms across the hall from me went
Oh,
up, so it was inside the walls and the ceiling.
and
So
the
no
whole
one
place just lit up.
that goes so fast and so quick, and we were such an old building that it was just like tinders. It was easy for that fire just to go
Oh.
spread fast.
And was this in the middle of the night, or when was this? What time?
This was about 7 p.m. and it was February, and it was cold as hell.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was so many things against us, and I thought I was going to lose everything, but I got so lucky that they
Yeah.
didn't have to spray water in my apartment, that they stopped the fire from crossing over the ceiling line.
Wow.
So my apartment was the only one not sprayed with water,
Mhm.
and the apartments below me, even all the water collected and dumped into them, so they got ruined. Once water hits or they spray, you're not salvageable anymore.
What
That's it.
floor what floor were you on?
I was on the top floor. We were a fifth floor walk up.
Oh, so thank God you were on top floor, because then all the water is going down.
Exactly. So that's why I was lucky, because my little apartment on my line, because it was 3 apartments per floor,
Yeah.
my one little spot was the only one not touched. I
Yeah.
just had smoke damage problems, but it wasn't too bad. I was
Wow.
able to recover all my stuff eventually, but
Mhm.
that was like the horrific. I was a zombie for my own
Yeah.
photo shoot, because I'm like trying to jump between, different departments to figure out how to recover my stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
And what the process is, no one helps you with this. So
Yeah.
I had to go physically to figure it out, because the calls were bullshit. I
Mhm.
was going nuts. And like started showing up in person to like the fire department headquarters of all of New York City, or the housing department headquarters, and just they kept pushing me around to keep
Mhm.
jumping. And by going in person though, I got pity of people to help me and do things they weren't supposed to, because
Mhm.
they're like, yeah, no one ever helps you with this stuff. They're like, here, like call this number, talk to this person, they'll help you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was able to get myself, and I figured out myself to do
Mhm.
all this.
Yeah.
So in those interim of 3 days, I also had to deal with that crap,
Yeah.
and then fill my lookbook to keep my company going. I'm like, it
Yeah.
was
It's true.
surreal crap I've had to go through
It's just
to get from.
crazy. It's just crazy.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Stories upon stories upon stories.
I know. We're gonna have to, add a list of little random side story conversations that we can do and film again.
Yeah,
But
next time we'll do a drinking podcast with
Yes.
Lindsay. And that'll be a
Yeah.
blast, and y'all get a real earful
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah. Let's bring her in, and we'll have a nice little after party.
Oh yeah,
After party with drinks. But I want to thank you so much, Anthony, for coming on my new podcast here. And I want to wish you luck, and I can't wait to work with you on Sunday again.
Yep. And thank you for having me. And the collab is coming soon, everyone. So keep tuning in to both of us.
Yep.
Again, Artandhustle on Instagram and Manfredonia.us on Instagram. Follow us. And you're going to see some things popping up soon. You're going to get some like treats for BTS, some amazing shoots that we're doing that are very fashion forward.
Exactly.
Thank you for having me. This is an awesome experience. I can't wait to do another podcast with you.
Thank you. I know. I definitely will do it again.
Love you. And I will talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you
see you
soon.
this weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And then went into like finally getting back to me, my art. All I want to do is art. And the other thing is that I love stories. So like to me, art isn't everything. Your art is your voice, your speaking, your connection. You can feel everyone's energy. That's your art. It's the art of living to me. So Artandhustle to me is the art of living and art of it and everything.
I hope that you cut that piece right there and make it your intro and your outro, because that was dope.